Doom, doom. Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, two-time Super Bowl champion, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Salmon. Two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, all-pro record-breaking cornerback, and the last cornerback to intercept 50 interceptions during the 16-game season era. Welcome back to Say What Needs to Be Said. Thursday night vibes, man. You know I got to warm up. You got to let me cook a little bit before I get warmed up, man, and tell y'all what's going on out here. Let me bring in my co-host for the night, 23G Drees in the building. Man, we about to have a good time. Somebody's 1-0 and somebody's 0-1. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all talk to us. You know we talk back, man. How y'all doing out there, Drees?
Man, that was a nail biter, man.
That was a nail biter, man.
It could have went either way, but got out there with that win. That's all that matters.
Eagles Nation. I know they was on pins and needles out there, man. But it was a good game. Good game. You know, good offense, good defense. A lot of ball control. You know, not too many explosive plays on either team, but both teams did pretty good for the first game of the season. It's just unfortunate. Someone has to be 0-1 and someone has to be 1-0. And the Eagles are 1-0. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. I know the Cowboys Nation America's team is feeling the wrath of the night, and they probably have all type of excuses, but there is no excuses because I'm going to break it down and we are going to talk about it. The rain delays, Michael Parsons, all of those things has nothing to do with the Eagles kicking that butt tonight. It all had to do with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts took control of that game. Yes, Jalen Hurts took control of that game. It was all Jalen Hurts and the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. But we want to look back in time because I think there's a little misconception what's going on and people don't understand, you know. The Eagles spanked the Cowboys butt in 2 games last season, right? Right? Am I right, everybody? They spanked the Cowboys butt in 2 games. Straight dominated the Cowboys. Last season, the Eagles won both divisional games, right? Against the Cowboys by 28 points or more. One game was like 41-7 or something like that. So both games they won last season against the Cowboys were by 28 points or more. But what was the reason for the Eagles whooping up on Dallas like that last season? Why you think, Drees? Eagles was just that much better? What was the reason? No one seems to be talking about this.
What's the reason? I mean, you can't say because Dak wasn't playing because Jalen didn't play either. So neither one of the starting quarterbacks played in that game. So you can't say because Dak didn't play. So what's the reason?
Dak didn't play in either of the games. He didn't play in the first game or the second game.
Right.
Because of the hamstring injury. Now Dak Prescott is back. The challenge is a little bit more challenging for the Eagles.
Of course.
Right? It's not a 28 points or more victory going on. It's coming down to the wire. And actually, Dak Prescott, if he was a championship quarterback, if he had the nuts, the balls, if maybe he had a different coach, I don't know, maybe if he wasn't living in the climate in Dallas, he can do something different and figure out a way to pull off these games because that was a horrible ending for the Dallas Cowboys. But it's just how Dallas Cowboys gets down. That's just how it gets down.
Honestly, today, them last 2 drives wasn't Dak's fault. We had CD Lamb dropping passes that should have been caught.
Right, but at the end of the day, if your quarterback doesn't win the game, it goes on the quarterback record. Yes, CD Lamb did awful at the end of the game, and he has to do a better job because that's his job. He doesn't even create that much separation as a receiver. He's not that speedy, quick, fast twitch receiver that creates separation. He's a sure-handed receiver that should be making catches in tough situations, and that's his job. That's what he's paid the big bucks to do. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, before the season started, now the season done kicked off and it's underway. How can someone say Jalen Hurts isn't elite or a top 10 quarterback, and that offense doesn't move or run without him? You know, I will say Jalen Hurts is a little conservative in his approach to the pass, right? But when he goes deep, he makes the defense pay, right?
Right.
But being that Jalen sits in the pocket going through his reads, right? He sits there comfortable, patiently in that pocket. That defense opens up, giving Jalen Hurts plenty of room to run because the back of the defenders are turned to Jalen Hurts. So that is how ultimately Jalen Hurts is killing these defenses. You know what I mean? He has just to sit in the pocket. He might not make the throw every time, right? He's a little conservative. Most of his passes are in front of the defense. He feels very comfortable throwing a lot of conservative passes in front of the defense. But when he sits back in that pocket to make these reads, that defense opens up wider and wider. And that's when he becomes more and more dangerous. You know, when he's not completing passes, he is killing the defense with his legs and his feet. So either he's killing them with the pass or he's killing them with the feet. Either or, you know. So he try to stop one, he gonna use the other one. You know what I mean?
Keeping that drive going because there's a lot of times it be on third down.
Right.
You take away all them passes, then he run for it. Is you know how it is on third down, man. You did your job, then that quarterback get that first down. It could mess with that defense, man. Like damn.
So the question is, if Jalen Hurts is not a top 10 quarterback, can quarterbacks make the top 10 being running quarterbacks? Simple as that. If he's not a top 10 quarterback, can running quarterbacks make the top 10? If I'm the coach, I just want my quarterbacks to win games and championships for me. That's what it boils down to me, right? Win the game and win championships. So if you're a quarterback and you're winning championships, you're winning games, what else is there need to be done? Of course, they're trying to say Jalen Hurts has his talented team around him. This is what is making him successful. I disagree. I totally disagree. Now, with the proven fact tonight, what happened, that was just so unwarranted, so unnecessary. But hey, I like the fact that he's a bully a little bit. You know, he's a bully. You know what I mean?
Definitely a bully.
I want my defensive linemen to be bullies, you know. But Jalen Carter, man. Jalen Carter, we have to do better than that, right? The young man has to mature. He has to mature very quickly because he is so blessed, man, to be able to participate in NFL. And he's still making horrible decisions. And we know about his past, right? Of course, he's from Florida, so we got to give him a little grace. We know the water is different down here, but no excuses. There's no excuses. You know what I mean? The best player on the Eagles defense was missing tonight, and the Cowboys still couldn't have much success in the running game. Only 50 yards rushing in the first half for Dallas. And then in the second half, they had the one big carry by Miles Sanders. The best player, the most talented team in football that everyone says is the Eagles, and Jalen Carter, the best player on this defense, wasn't there, and the Dallas Cowboys couldn't capitalize. Right? Shout out to Bruce Lee. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. You know, we grinding, man. Week 1 all the way to week 17, we grinding. Shout out to Bruce Lee. Say cameras caught Dak spitting on Roger McDowell. The picture is on the New York Post. Oh, he was spitting on someone besides Jalen Carter? I didn't catch that. That's what I think Dries was trying to tell me. Wow, no. I mean, hey, then he's not being a bully. He's taking up for his teammate if that's the case. But I have to see that, man. See if you can find that real quick for me. Dries, see what they say. Is there a picture of Dak actually spitting
on a New York
on someone?
Post?
I seen
a video of him
towards the ground, but I didn't see him spit actually on someone. You know?
Yeah, I don't know what he mean about the New York Post. Is it on there or something? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But y'all remember on the last live, you know, what did I say? What did I say in the last live about the Cowboys attacking the Eagles defense? What did I say about the Cowboys attacking the Eagles defense? I said Dak Prescott will go after Adoree Jackson, the new cornerback opposite Quinion Mitchell.
I guess it is on the New York Post with Dak spitting first.
Wow. But who is it on? Yeah, you got to see the whole picture, man. You
Yeah,
got
it
to see the whole
just
picture.
say Dak Prescott spit on Eagles star first and while
Yeah.
open and twist.
If it must have been something going on besides the actual game, because they was on offense and defense when I seen those two interacting, and unless he's talking about something happened outside of them participating in the game. But what did I say about in my last live about the Cowboys attacking the Eagles defense, y'all? Let me know, chat. Y'all got to talk to me, because I made this loud and clear. This is exactly what is going to happen. I said Dak Prescott will go after Adoree Jackson, the new cornerback, opposite Quinion Mitchell, until he can make a play. He made one play tonight, I think. One play. But that wasn't good enough. On the first drive, Adoree Jackson was horrible in coverage, man, especially on that post corner route, to CeeDee Lamb in 2 passes, man. 2 passes at Jackson in the first drive, and he didn't have any success. 2 completions and 1 pass interference. But it was a good drive by the Cowboys to start the game. Cowboys started off strong as well as the Eagles, But in Eagles Nation, the Eagles world, Eagles defense, I just want to know who had the bright idea from the Eagles to put or to match Adoree Jackson up with CeeDee Lamb. What was the logical sense in that solution right there? Who came up with that?
Man, especially in 3rd and long,
Adoree Jackson on CeeDee Lamb, the receiver who Dak Prescott is going to target the most in this game, right? Obviously, we see that didn't end up well for Jackson. CeeDee Lamb had 76 yards in the first quarter on Adoree.
And the thing is, like, he nowhere near the ball even when he get caught. Like, you're not even in the area to make a play on the ball.
Nowhere near. And let me tell you, man, in the future, for the Eagles, Adoree Jackson will be a problem. He is a liability out there. He looks slow and uncomfortable on the field. He's in his 9th year. He's probably a little older, but I can tell he doesn't run how he used to run, man. So he's going to be a liability out there on the field, right? And like we said, Micah Parsons, I don't see him making a huge difference in this game the way Jalen Hurts was killing the Cowboys with the run. So eliminate that excuse, because I said Jerry Jones did the right thing by trading him. So I'm standing on that. The Cowboys stopped the run. They did a much better job than last season stopping the run without Micah Parsons on this defense. So don't be out here blaming this game on Jerry Jones trading Micah Parsons. Don't do that. So far, they are doing good at stopping the run, which you have to do first as a defense to win any games. So I still agree with that trade. But, man, there was a lot of rumors going on that Micah Parsons was possibly going to be traded to the Eagles. How would that have turned out? Would the Eagles fans and nation, would football world have liked that? I personally don't think it would have been a good idea, but
they said
it sounds great,
Eagles offered way more too than what Green Bay did, like picks and all that. Eagles offer more.
What they say. I don't know how much I read into that, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. But the Eagles, man, Eagles look just like the Eagles on offense. They look good, man. They look good in that first drive. With Jalen Hurts, like we said, killing the Cowboys with his legs. You can't stop Jalen Hurts, man. Even though his stats don't stack, they don't look like their favorite quarterback stats, but he is going to get the job done. He's going to move the chains, convert those 3rd downs into 1st downs. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like we talked about, I don't know who idea it was to put Adoree Jackson on CeeDee Lamb, but I can understand trying to put Quinion Mitchell on the most explosive receiver in George Pickens and Jalen Tolbert, but don't let Dak's favorite receiver have a career day, right? Because it was seeming like that was about to happen with 76 yards in the first quarter. And then Quinion Mitchell went on him for a couple of plays, and then he didn't cover CeeDee Lamb. But don't give them that opportunity, right? And another thing for the Eagles, man, that I see down the line, I don't think the Eagles will be as dominant I don't think the Eagles will be as dominant of a defense as they was last season, especially with Big Play Slay, Darius Big Play Slay going to Pittsburgh.
That's a big loss right there.
That is a huge loss to the Eagles, and it was exposed tonight, right? And I know it's easy to say players are old and it's time for them to go, so on and so forth. But you don't understand, replacing a player is so valuable. It is so valuable to be able to replace a key player like Big Play Slay, a consistent cover corner who is going to do his job at a high level, day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
That other side of Quinion is going to be a liability all season. All season. And the difference from last season, like I said, compared to this season for the Eagles, the Cowboys and the Giants are more competitive. Like we said, Dak is back, and the Giants, they have Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson. So I think everything is coming to a head for the NFC East in the Eagles' eyes, right? You can't, they're not going to be as dominant and run through the NFC East like they did so easily last season. Yeah, they still would win the NFC East, but it would be a little bit more challenging. You know, they play the Cowboys again when like week 12, week 10, something down the line, you know?
Yeah.
But it's going to be a challenge for the Eagles. And then we have to take into account that Saquon Barkley rushing for 2,000 yards last season. That was a big, big help to the defense. Obviously, that's not on the defensive stats, but running the ball and the run game was a big reason for the Eagles' success being, being the top overall defense and things like that. The running game. Yes, offense helps the defense. That is a true statement. That is a true statement.
Controlling that clock.
Controlling the time of possession. But what does everyone think the turning point of this game was? What was the turning point? What was the turning point for the Eagles? And what was the turning point for the Cowboys, right? I think the Eagles started from the beginning of the game, dominating, taking control of the game, right? And then the Cowboys, the turning point for the Cowboys came in the third quarter, right? They had numerous opportunities after that third quarter. They had an opportunity to take control of the game. I think it was about 8 minutes left in the third quarter. And the Dallas Cowboys down 4. The Cowboys lost by 4. Cowboys couldn't score 4 points since 8 minutes left in the third quarter. In orderly fashion, the Cowboys couldn't convert, just as history says about the Cowboys. And what makes it so funny is the same player who got them in scoring position fumbles the freaking football in the same series that got them in scoring position.
Eagles
if I don't tell you if that
Eagles know all about that. Miles Sanders fumbling in when it count. We know all about that. We experienced that a lot. That playing for the Eagles.
That is how the Cowboys operate, man. Unfortunate mishaps will always plague the freaking Dallas Cowboys since the days of Tony Romo, man. Since way back then, it will always be the same, you know.
Do you think that 65-minute rain delay played any parts of the outcome?
No, I don't think the rain delay played any parts of the outcome, played any part of the outcome of the game. For the simple fact, too, that Dallas came back in this game strong on defense. The Eagles had the ball, right? Came back out there, and the Dallas Cowboys stopped them. They played physical. They played with intensity. So that shows that they knew how to come back from this rain delay and still play at a high level. And then Dak and the Cowboys get another opportunity. They get opportunity after opportunity. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's just something about that climate in Dallas that stopped the Cowboys from being able to close out games, man. It's just terrible, man. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. Not so much Dak Prescott, but CeeDee Lamb. And then you hear Chris Collinsworth and the broadcasters trying to take up for CeeDee Lamb. That was a tough catch. Oh, I'm not going to put that in the drop category in my book. That was plain as day.
You said that?
Make a play when it's time to make a play. CeeDee Lamb is supposed to be someone that Prescott can depend on in crucial times of the game. to make necessary tough catches, the toughest catch possible any Cowboys player can make. CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott is supposed to be able to depend on CeeDee Lamb. You know, the Cowboys just ain't never going to be worth a damn. I just don't know what it is about the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys ain't gonna never be worth a damn, man. I don't know, man. They got the biggest fan base of them all, too, and everyone gets so excited every season, off season, just to get the same results year after year after year after year. Oh man. Shout out to the chat. How y'all doing out there? Yeah, we vibing, baby. It's Thursday night vibes, the first game of the season. Football season is here. Yes, sir. Games every day this week except for Saturday. And Saturday, you know, that's college football. But if y'all don't know, man, Tom Brady is making his rounds in the media, man. And Tom Brady gives his thoughts about quarterbacks who celebrate with their teammates after a touchdown compared to quarterbacks that like to solo celebrate or have solo celebrations. Tom Brady's coming in, right? Talking about quarterbacks. And the majority of people think that Tom Brady is taking shots at Shedeur Sanders being a self-promoting quarterback. But I've seen Shedeur Sanders run down and celebrate with his teammates plenty of times. Also, I've seen Shedeur celebrate by himself. Now, when I heard Tom Brady comments or his message to quarterbacks, whatever he was speaking or however he was speaking, the first thing that comes to my mind when I heard Brady comments was just because Brady chose to run down and celebrate with his teammates after a touchdown doesn't necessarily mean that's how quarterbacks should celebrate, or that's how quarterbacks need to do things after they score a touchdown. Why does Brady think he sets the standards for how quarterbacks
and honestly, I saw like somebody made a video with him saying that, and they showed like him scoring like 20 touchdowns and celebrating by himself, like saying like that's not even true that you celebrated with your team every time, because it's like 20. They showed like 20 touchdowns of him scoring, and he was literally by himself celebrating.
Let's listen to Tom Brady give a message to quarterbacks about celebrating. Whether he's taking a shot at someone, I don't know. But we're going to talk about it. We have to talk about this.
Because football is the ultimate team sport. And even in this broadcasting role, Chris, that's what I look for all the time. When a quarterback throws a touchdown pass, I actually watch to see who he goes and celebrates with. Because what did I do? I looked for my offensive lineman every time. I went down and celebrated in the end zone with my teammates every time. I wanted everyone to feel like they were part of the success. I told the linemen, we're all running to the end zone and we're celebrating as a team. Because I think that's way more intimidating than a quarterback doing his 6-shooter guns and pointing up in the crowd and doing all that other bullshit that's very self-promotional, but it's not about winning. And I think winning in football is about a team, always a team attitude first.
Team attitude first. Tom Brady, the Patriots way. Tom Brady, man. I understand, Tom Brady, you the GOAT and all, but respectfully, whoo, you know, it's late night, man. Let me get me some water. Let me get me some water, man. Let me tighten up around here.
The people love the celebrations. You know, when Ocho Cinco was doing all the celebration stuff, people couldn't wait for him to score to see what he go do next. And then the NFL stopped that, but people love to see him get hyped. They enjoy it. It's a touchdown.
It's the Patriots way in his mind. You know, that's how Tom Brady was born into the NFL. That's how he feels. That's how he's going to go down as an athlete, you know, for the rest of his life, you know. And like I said, I understand, Tom Brady, you're the GOAT. But respectfully, we don't give a damn how you celebrate or how you used to celebrate back then. We don't give a damn, Tom Brady. That has nothing to do with the quarterbacks out there today. Celebrating doesn't define someone because they don't celebrate like Tom Brady did.
Man, I remember when Cam Newton had all the kids doing a little dab and a little Superman every time he scored. You see all the kids used to do that.
That's fun. It's exciting, man. You want to have fun. The first thing they tell us when we come out to play football is have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about at the end of the day. I'm telling you, man, playing for the Patriots really have people a little misconstrued out here, but that's a whole nother story, right? And also, Tom Brady didn't play with any swag. So we know his celebrations wouldn't have been anything lit. They would have been boring as heck. It's probably been something very, very calm, cool, and collect. Very Tom Brady-ish. So that could be another reason people hate, people take shots because, that ain't really something they into that much, So Brady he has to just cut it out. Stay in your lane, Brady. We know you're trying to come out of your comfort zone, but you got to figure this out, man. Brady is trying his hardest, man, not to be the nice guy anymore. But remember, man, Mr. Pick Six is always out here lurking to make sure everyone is being copacetic. But that Brady is trying to come out of his comfort zone. He has to try to make he's trying to make something shake. People tired of him being Mr. Nice Guy. You know what I mean? And Brady, stop looking to see if the damn quarterbacks run down to celebrate with his team. Because no one cares. Like, that's what Brady ultimately meant in his message. Like, I'm watching you.
He
after
said
you
that.
throw a touchdown to see who you're celebrating. If you're running down there with your teammate, like, what is the big deal about that? What makes a difference if the quarterback is a good quarterback or not? Because he is running down to celebrate with his teammate. Brady, that's a Brady thing. That's not an everyone thing. Everyone is different. Yeah. The thing is, like I say, the Patriots way. When you've been in the Patriot system so long, it's hard to get that shit up out of you, And Brady has to understand. Brady, you made Belichick. Belichick didn't make you. I know everybody feels a certain way, but I feel Tom Brady made Belichick. Belichick didn't make Brady. So get rid of that Patriots way stuff because you the one supposed to set standards around there. But we can all see, man, that obviously Bill Belichick ain't a damn thing without Tom Brady. We can all see. I told Bill Belichick to prove to me he could win without Tom Brady. And that's a huge fail. He had one mission. I gave him one mission, one challenge. And boy, but like I said, man, Brady is out here, man, trying to change his style as a media personality. So we have to hear some off-the-wall takes from Brady because he's learning how to come out of his comfort zone. Like I said, fans are tired of Mr. Brady being Mr. Nice Guy and having these Mr. Nice Guy takes. Brady not wanting to criticize players or simply just have something negative to say when it's time to say something negative. Because it's not always peaches and cream out there, as we know, on the football field. But what Brady is saying about quarterbacks definitely can be an indirect correlation to Shedeur Sanders. Now, like I said, that Brady is trying to have a different stance to his approach doing these interviews or when Brady's on a live broadcast for a game. I don't put it past these folks, man. I don't put it past none of these folks in the media world. All I can hear is poor Brady trying to leave his comfort zone and be stern with his takes. That's what I hear from Brady in this video. He's trying to leave that comfort zone and be stern and confident in his takes. And I'm telling you, I can see that he feels totally uncomfortable saying these things. he feels totally uncomfortable, man. You know what I mean?
He definitely has some other takes too.
Yeah, he has some more and more takes and things like that. But like I said, I just don't trust none of these people. And all of them fake and phony behind your back, if you ask me. That's just how I feel about it. That's just how I feel about it. And then, like I said, Tom Brady's buddy, Mr. Bill Belichick. We had Bill Belichick on the failed mission. You know?
They got bad.
And the failed mission is you're just supposed to go out here and succeed anywhere. I don't care if it's high school, little league, college, NFL, pros, wherever. You have one job to do. Bill Belichick is supposed to go out here and succeed without Tom Brady. And man, it's not looking good at all. Belichick can't be the GOAT. Belichick can't be the GOAT if he's terrible everywhere he coaches after Tom Brady. That's how I feel. How was he just the GOAT? And I know I'm not going to ever out-talk everyone, but this is just how I feel. If you can't do anything after Tom Brady, how are you the GOAT? You just lost it? You just lost your ways? You can't coach as good as you used to coach? How does that work? You know what I mean?
You think they gonna bounce back next week, man? Last week was terrible. That's the same TCU team that Colorado came out and ended up beating, and then it looked horrible. So,
nah, I don't see. It's really, man. I really believe any team that's under Belichick's leadership is just different. I really feel this way. I know people look at me weird when I say these things, but I played for Belichick, so I understand exactly what he's doing and how he gets down as a head coach. And
you don't think the kids agreeing with it?
Yeah, I don't think it resonates as well. It's his first season coaching kids, and how many years he coached in the NFL for 30, 40, 50 years, you know? And now he's coming down trying to coach kids in the college level. This is something totally different for him. He has to watch how he operates, the things he say. It's totally different environment for Belichick. And to make matters worse, not is Belichick only not the GOAT, but he's a hypocrite. Everything he preached, he's going against, you know, everything he preached in the past. You seen it? He has a young girlfriend on the sidelines during the game.
We used to preach.
You know what I mean? He has a young girlfriend on the sidelines during the game, which is something Belichick would have never stood for back in the days. You know what this is to me? Belichick is using college football for a better quality of life. Plus his and her entertainment. That's what it looks like to me. Belichick cares more about entertaining his relationship rather than coaching a bunch of kids. Belichick is going out sad in my eyes, man. That's what it looked like. No one could have ever expected this from the great Bill Belichick, what we're witnessing, right? And
man, they saying they selling her merch inside the team, inside the stores on campus.
Allegedly, yeah. Allegedly, like, all type of things going on, man. It's all, like I said, they are using this college for the better qualities of life right now. They are using this college institution for entertainment purposes. This is the funniest thing I've seen since, I don't know, this is funny, man. Watching her on the sideline, is no telling what they're talking about. You don't know if she's mad. You don't know if they're talking about sports, the football game, you know, women, you know, if she's doing her woman thing on the sideline, you don't have a clue what is going on, you know. And I haven't heard, I don't know if y'all know about me and Mike Lombardi. We used to go back and forth. That's Bill Belichick's sidekick, you know. He's been super quiet lately too. And he's supposed to be the general manager over at the school. As soon as Belichick got the job, he hired his buddy. As soon as he got the head coaching job, I got a position for you. I'm gonna make you the general manager, even though college don't have general manager, but you're gonna come over here and be the general manager. So
what's his job? The recruit people, like general manager.
They are robbing the shit out of North Carolina. That's their job. We're gonna rob them clean with no mask. That's the new way to get the money out here. You know what I mean? Robbing without the mask. Let me figure out how to finagle my way up in here. You know what I mean? How do you promote that you come to this school and this is basically the first steps, like you're getting the training for the next level. You're getting prepared to play on the next level. And then the first game of the season, you go out there and get blowed out. How does that work together? We're preparing to be NFL players, but we're getting blowed out the first game of the season.
Man, it got bad.
Belichick and Mike Lombardi promoted that coming to the University of North Carolina will give athletes the experience they need to get to the next level and be ready for the NFL. Man, that sounds so bad right now. Getting blown out by TCU. That sounds horrible to even go tell a kid right now. They better not ever use that again as a recruiting tactic, you know. All I got to say is, for Bill Belichick, where is Tom Brady when you need him? Where is Tom Brady when you need him? Yeah, man. And then the last goofy man of the day is Ryan Clark. We have Ryan Clark once again making a fool of himself. Please tell me y'all heard about Ryan Clark. Please tell me y'all heard Ryan Clark's coming.
What he done did now, man?
Oh, man, we're about to get into this one, man. So, I got a question first. Who do you think of when you speak about generational talent at quarterback? Who come to mind, Dries? When you're thinking of generational talent at quarterback, what names would you bring up?
Man, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. That's the people I watch. Drew Brees.
Oh, shit. Say no more. Say no more. Oh, shit. Because this guy, man, I don't know what happened, what is getting into this man, but it seems like every other day it's getting worse and worse. And generational talent is a quarterback or quarterbacks who are very rare, like quarterbacks you just named. So the players that come to mind, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, all of these quarterbacks are generational talent. There is nothing to argue about these quarterbacks being a generational talent. This guy, Ryan Clark, continues to make a fool of himself. He thought it was safe. He didn't know about dealing with the Manning's family. He didn't know the consequences and the repercussions of talking about the Manning's family. He thought it was safe to go in on Arch Manning on ESPN's platform by saying Arch Manning isn't a generational talent, which he isn't. He isn't. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but Ryan Clark thought it was safe.
You agree with him or something? Okay.
we agree on something. Finally, we finally agree on something. Now, Ryan Clark was forced to make an argument about Arch Manning with Brady's name involved to make up for the criticizing of the Manning's family. He was forced to make an argument with Arch Manning and put Tom Brady's name in there because you need to make Arch Manning seem better than he did. So let's listen to Ryan Clark try to justify his comments about Arch Manning by bootlicking in 4K. Let's check Ryan Clark out.
I think there's less than what you think. I think John Elway was a generational talent. I think Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent. I don't think Tom Brady, I don't think Drew Brees, I don't think Peyton Manning are generational talents. I think Andrew Luck ended up being a generational talent. I don't think there's a ton of them out there.
But so then what? Then how does one, in your eyes, be a generational talent? Because there's not a lot of difference.
Production. Let me chime in here because I love the argument back and forth between y'all. I ain't trying to get in the way of it. Here's the reality. The operative word here is.
Yes.
Do you believe Arch Manning is a generational talent? He could be, but he's not.
Why not?
Not yet.
Stephen A. had to hop in there real quick. Let me chime in. The real question here, guys, calm down. The question is Arch Manning? Let me hurry up and change this conversation quick, because that had to be the most embarrassing moment or take for Ryan Clark right there. That was horrible.
Man, the people I just named, he says
Ryan Clark this opportunity to make these outlandish takes on that huge platform they need damn demotion, man. He shouldn't be able to do this, man. He shouldn't be able to say these things. He shouldn't be able to. And I think the Mr. Professor and Ryan Clark got the best of him this time. For some reason, he thought he had it all figured out with this one. He said it loud and proud, strong with his chest. And he named the best of the best not being a generational talent. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, not being a generational talent. But Andrew Luck grew to be a generational talent. Man, they was taking shots before that show. I'm telling you, they was
taking shots.
They was on that hen dog. They took it back to the 90s. They was on that Henny hen dog or something, man. That sounds so awful to say Andrew Luck.
But not Peyton Manning.
And not Tom Brady in the same sentence. You just say, yeah, Andrew Luck, but not Tom Brady. That don't even sound right. You know what I mean? Man. Why do people intentionally try to bring up Brady's name into their nonsense when they are trying to make a valid point? Why do they try to bring up Brady's name? Why? Because it's going to make their point more valid. That's what they feel like. You know?
Mm-hmm. You gotta bring up the GOAT, man. He gotta be the topic of every conversation.
It's crazy. Did Ryan Clark all of a sudden forget Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl victories and 1 without Bill Belichick?
That's not generational. It's not
that
generational.
One without Bill Belichick, that one without Bill Belichick solidifies everything for Brady.
That proves your point right there.
That proves my point. I guess 7 Super Bowls is something very normal for quarterbacks to achieve and accomplish in the NFL.
Shit, that's not even a number for
very simple.
That's not even a number for franchises.
You can hear how Stephen A. Smith was baffled listening to Ryan Clark foolishness, man. You can hear how Stephen A. Smith had to hurry up and step in and save the day. Stephen A. Smith couldn't change that subject fast enough or shut Ryan Clark up. He should have just stopped the whole conversation. He should have said, stop, hold on. The cameras, everybody stop rolling. We have to talk about this. What did you just say? Like, what? Like, no, retract your statement, sir. Please retract your statement right now, man. That was foolish, man.
I got to hear his reasons for that. Not like, what's the reason he don't think they generational?
Yeah. I don't think he has a reason. He's probably going to try to figure out some technical issue in the definition of something to say this person is generational and this person isn't. Like, man, get the heck out of here. Man, Stephen A. had to cut that ignorant conversation, man. He ain't want no parts of that.
We honestly probably never see a Tom Brady again, man. Like,
you definitely won't, man. It'd be hard too. I think Patrick Mahomes may be the closest we ever see to Tom Brady. But like I said, being that, so for Patrick Mahomes to match Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes has to win 3 more Super Bowls, and then he has to leave Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs, and then there need to be a natural disaster, some type of pandemic or something, where you don't have many opportunities. You don't even know your new teammates, and you have to go out there and still win a Super Bowl. If that's not generational talent, what the heck is? Man, I don't know if the ratings were low or whatever, but that was bad, man. Mm-hmm. That was bad. And then, man, I got to touch on, man, this Shannon Sharpe and Ray Lewis issue, man, that we know that there's no loyalty nowhere out here in this world. People don't give a damn about loyalty no more, and that kills me because I got this shit tatted on my goddamn
What's that?
Stay loyal.
Oh.
That was my motto in life, and it's like you can't find that stuff nowhere, man. It's very rare. It's very rare. It's generational out here. The generational talent to find somebody loyal out here, man. It's generational talent to find loyal people out here. But I see Ray Lewis, man, and Shannon Sharpe have a lot of history together. And I didn't know that there was this much history. History dating back to when Ray Lewis was fighting murder charges. And like I said, loyalty is just a lost art. And I don't even know if it barely exists. But it's funny to see how Shannon talked shit about people, man. He talked so much shit about people when they were having hard times, going in, calling folks broke, and just going in on people's situation. Then turn around and play victim when he is being talked about in unpleasant manners, in an unpleasant manner, right? Because of his own stupid mistakes. He turns around and play victim and say, now everybody want to talk about me. Everybody want to pile on and attack me. Yes, because you're the center of all jokes right now. You're in the media news for making terrible mistakes, idiotic, stupid mistakes that no one your age should be making. But then, like I say, in typical American human fashion, play the victim. Everybody want to talk about me. Ain't that what you do? Ain't that what Shannon does? As soon as someone have an issue, he talks about it. Now he's trying not to just talk about people and things in the world. He want to stick to football now after, having legal issues and things like that. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, my question is, do you believe Ray Lewis is being genuine? Or is he still in his feelings about Shannon Sharpe calling him out during the whole taking a knee issue? Is Ray Lewis being genuine? Or is he still in his feelings?
No, I mean, he said he don't recognize this person as a whole different person. So I think he's serious about that. I think it is a whole different person. I don't think it's because of history they had. I think that's really what he think. Like, this ain't the guy I used to be around. And like, he never drank before, and now he drinking all the time. So yeah, I mean, I don't feel like it's worldly,
like he is, conducting himself in these gossips and things like that. I'm sure. If Ray Lewis knows him like that, he's probably looking at him in disgust, like, who are you now? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But Shannon Sharpe, like I say, he's on his high horse, riding around, feeling like the top dog. He don't see none of that stuff. He don't care about none of that stuff until he is humbled, like, what's going on, Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man. So you don't think Ray was out of line by putting Shannon Sharpe on blast? Like he's already getting hammered in the media. You don't think Ray Lewis is out of line?
I don't think it was that bad. Just saying, like, that's not the person I know. I don't feel like it could have been worse. You know what I mean? He could have like really put some business out there, but I don't feel like he really did that. He just said, like, man, that's not the Shannon Sharpe I know. I don't feel like he did too much.
I think, like I said, Shannon Sharpe is taking it in the wrong way, and he's taking it like, deep. Like, of course, they have a lot of history, but you have to understand also, man. When I let you live with me, I'm letting you live with me during one of your most trying times of your life, fighting a murder case. You're living with me in my basement because you have a place in Baltimore, you have a place in Miami, but the case is in Atlanta. So you need a place to live because you can't just go out here and buy another place. So I let you stay with me and you beat the case, everything is great. Then 20, 30 years later, you come out on a big platform and say these things about me. I don't know if I want to say attacking Shannon Sharpe, but you say these things, these unpleasant things about Shannon Sharpe that Shannon Sharpe may not agree with. But he probably knows that's exactly who he has become. Because one thing we can't do in life is run from ourselves in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I think it's hard for me to believe that Ray Lewis is giving a genuine message. How Ray set up this whole moment to bash Shannon Sharpe, right? He waited to go on a specific podcast all these years to say these things. However, like we said, Ray is speaking the truth about Shannon Sharpe's behavior over the past couple of years. He is speaking the truth. I don't think Ray is just plain jealous of Shannon's success, but it could have him feeling a certain way.
Okay.
Like I said, if Shannon allowed Ray to live in his house with his freedom on the line, I think he's owed a little bit more grace than what Ray Lewis has given him. You know what I mean? But like we said, there's always two sides to every story. You know what I mean? And yeah. I know Shannon Sharpe was super hurt to hear Ray Lewis talk about him like that after all he had done for Ray, but this is how life goes. But if there's a will, there's a way. There's a way to fix this, guys. You know, I'm a solution guy. I'm a solution guy. So I have a solution for these two men. These two Hall of Famers. You know, I have a solution. Since Shannon says everyone or everybody wants to attack him while he's down, Ray Lewis should make an appearance on Club Shay Shay and help the brother Shannon Sharpe out and give us a good show. That's what should happen.
They should talk it out on the platform.
You brothers should get together on your show, Shannon Sharpe. Everybody knows your situation, know you're going through a lot. Let's give Shannon Sharpe some help. Ray go on his show, and y'all give us a good show. Make the ratings and the views go through the roof. And y'all, show the world that this is how men sit down and work things out.
Mm-hmm. I will definitely watch it.
Because if y'all look at the talent that's going on at Club Shay Shay, like I say, Shannon was on his high horse. He went from the Cat Williams to the top dogs of everyone. Now he's coming on down to the football players. He's getting humble. He's getting very, very humble. Mm-hmm. Yes, he's being humble very, very nicely. Humble, humble don't got no name on it. Just like bullets don't have a name. Hey, humble don't have no name on it. It could hit you at any time, anyone. Mm-hmm. Like you say, Shannon started riding that high horse wave. Like he was superior to all of us little guys. He rode that wave for a long time. But life has a strategic way of humbling us, man. When we start thinking we're bigger than life, that humble will come, that humble pie come out of the air and boom, hit you in the face. And it just so happened to be Shannon's turn to be humble, man. And you have to deal with the wrath, man, and fight through it, man. So, Thursday night vibes. Week 1 is underway. We have the first game of the season. The Super Bowl champs came out 1-0. The Cowgirls 0-1, man. Yes, I'm not. I have to ride with my Eagles, man. So how the chat doing out there, man? I see the chat.
And you got
live tonight. You
got another game tomorrow down in Brazil. Chiefs versus Chargers, man. What you thinking about that game?
Yeah, man. Everyone is. I'm expecting the Kansas City Chiefs to go out there and be dominant. Go out there and play in a convincing manner where we still feel like they will be in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That type of game. Whereas me for the Chargers, I don't know, man. I'm still waiting for Justin Herbert to make me a full believer. Now, I love the coach and Jim Harbaugh. I think he's going to bring the best out of Justin Herbert. But I don't know, man. Maybe it's the talent on that team. Who they're drafting at receivers, the skill position. It's like they can't get it right. They had the Quentin Michaels or Quentin Williams, a few other players, man. Michael Williams. It's like they drafted and continue to bring all the same players on offense, same type of speed, the same type of athleticism, and it makes the play calling look basic on that side. So I don't know, man. I'm waiting to see this team. I don't expect too much out of them. Real basic, fundamental football. That's how they're going to go out there and play, and see if Justin Herbert can make the plays to win the game. But out there in Brazil, baby. Way out there in Brazil.
That's a long travel.
That's a long travel. So this gonna be the new schedule, man. Y'all see, man. It's late night over here in these on the East Coast. You know, you got the West Coast, but we on the East Coast. So this is how it's gonna have to be, man. We're gonna be thugging it. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the show. It was Thursday Night Vibes. I hope your team won this game. That means you have to be an Eagles fan if your team won this game tonight. So shout out to the Eagles, shout out to the Cowboys. Cowboys look good. I can't front. They look like they're heading in the right direction. They didn't get the W tonight, but you got a lot to look forward to if you're a Cowboys fan. At least you can stand up in the paint, talk your crap with everybody else, and hope your team can pull it off. You know, they had plenty of opportunities from the third quarter. But 8 minutes left, all the way to the end of the game. No one scored. Down by 4 points. So that will be the talking point for the coach and the Dallas Cowboys. How, you know, to win, how to basically win. Got to learn how to win. So, like we say, man, Thursday Night Vibes, man. I'm your host, Asante, Mr. Pick Samuel. You got me there? Let's do it again. Thursday Night Vibes. I'm your host, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel.
It's your boy 233s.
Yeah, man. Y'all know it's late night, baby. So
make sure y'all subscribe too. Before y'all go, make sure y'all subscribe to the podcast. Like to hit the notifications. So anytime we going live, it pop right up and you tune it in.
Yes, sir. See y'all next time, man. We out, man. We are out.